Jai Hind, dear students. I'm Dr. Preeti, and here we are with the second part of the chapter Control and Coordination. And in this video, quickly we are going to see about the coordination in plants. In human beings, we have seen we have nervous system and endocrine system for control and coordination. But in plants, there are only hormones that regulates the coordination of the different body growth and functions. So now let's see what are the types of plant movements. Movement of plant is categorized into two categories. First is growth or movement of plants related to growth, and second is movement of plants that is not related to growth. Now let's see that. Movement in plants could be along with growth, or movement in plants that is not related to growth. For movement in plant not related to growth, we have the example of mimosa plant, or we call commonly known as touch me not plant. In touch me not plant, when we touch the leaves of a flower of the plant, that shrinks and that closes, because the water from the area where we have touched that moves away, and that leads to shrinkage of its leaf in the part where we have touched it. That type of movement it's related to the just movement of water, and it's nothing to do with the growth of the plant. So such a movement is seen in the plants that is not related to growth. One more example of a plant movement that is not related to growth is movement of sunflower towards the sun. So it's always facing towards the sun, and that is not related to its growth. Now we will see the movement of plants that is related to growth. Under this section, we are going to see about four trophic movements. So I'm going to just erase this off. We are going to read about four types of movements under this growth related movements. These are phototropism, second is geotropism, third is hydrotropism, and last one is chemotropism. First is phototropism, and it's one of the most important also. Phototropism means bending of the plant towards sunlight. So if the plant is getting sunlight from only one side, then the plant is going to bend itself so that it gets maximum sunlight. It bends itself towards that sunlight. So that type of movement is known as phototropism. Now, why this phototropism occurs and which part of the plant is showing positive phototropism? The shoot part of a plant grows towards sunlight, and which is known as positive phototropism. But the roots of a plant grows away from sunlight, and that is known as negative phototropism. This phototropism is helped out by a hormone known as auxin. And hormone is there named auxin, and that is helping in this phototropism. What happens in a plant? If the plant is getting sunlight from only one side, then this auxin will be more in the part that is in the shade. Auxin will be secreted more towards the shady part of a plant which is not getting the sunlight, due to which this shady part of the plant is going to grow more, because auxin is a growth hormone of plant. So this shady part of the plant is going to grow more, and since it will be growing more, that will be bending towards sunlight. Okay, so that is all about phototropism and the hormone that is helping in phototropism. Next is geotropism. Geotropism, geo word means gravity, refers to gravity. So geotropism means the growth of the plants in response to gravity. The shoot part of the plant shows negative geotropism, because it grows away from gravity, and the roots show positive geotropism because they grow towards gravity. Okay, so that is all about geotropism. Next is hydrotropism. Hydro word you all know it means water. So movement of the plant parts towards water. And which part of the plant is going to grow towards water? Yes, you are correct. That is the roots. So the growth of the roots towards water is known as hydrotropism. Okay, for that you can do an activity also. If you have a plant and you start watering only on one side of that plant, and the other side of the plant is not watered at all. After a few weeks, you will observe that the roots have started growing towards one side of the plant only, and that is hydrotropism. Okay. Last is chemotropism. Chemo word refers to some chemical stimulation. So the growth of the pollen tubes towards the ovule is an example of chemotropism, because that is under the effect of some chemicals that is attracting the pollen tube to be growing towards the ovule. Okay, so that is all about the different trophic movements of the plants. But how the plants is achieving all these? That is by the effect of some hormones in the plants. And now let's see about the functions of those hormones, and we'll be completing with coordination in plants as well. So the 4 plant hormones are auxin. First is auxin. One by one we'll see their functions as well. First is auxin. Auxin is the growth hormone of plants, and that helps in the growth of the plant, growth of the shoot, growth of the roots. That is especially more at the tip of the plants. So that will be helping in the growth of the plants. Apart from that, auxin also helps in phototropism. We have seen that in the previous part of the chapter, that auxin is going to help in phototropism also. Apart from that, auxin also help in the growth of the tendrils around a support. What are tendrils that are growing around a support? If we have a climber, then the climber has to take the support of something and it grows around that support. So this growth of the tendrils around a support means when in Hindi we call it as a bale. So when a vine or a bale has to grow, it has to a climber has to grow, so it has to take support of something. So that growth of the tendrils, this part is known as tendril, that is going to wind around that support. So the growth of this tendril around the support will be helped by auxin hormone. Okay, so that is there. Now how it helps in the growth of the tendril around the support? Remember, auxin will be secreted more in the part of the plant that is away from the support. So here this part is in contact with the support. Here more auxin will not be there. More auxin will be there in the part of the tendril that is away from the support, that is not in contact with the support. And so that part will be growing more and our tendril will be bending around the support. So this is the function of auxin hormone. A growth hormone helps in the plant growth. Second, helps in phototropism, and third, it helps in the growth of tendrils around the support. In phototropism, it will be more in shady part. Growth auxin will be more in the shady part of the plant, and in tendril growth also it will be more in the part that is not in direct contact with the support. Okay, remember these things. Next is gibberellins. Gibberellins helps in especially in the lateral growth of the plant. So growing of the stem and growing the width of a plant, that is helped by the gibberellin hormone. Okay, it also helps in the formation of branches of a plant. So when the branches are growing, that is also under the effect of gibberellin. That is again a growth hormone only. And third is cytokinin. Cyto word means cell and kinin means division. So cytokinin is a hormone that is going to help in rapid cell division. So when the plant cells have to divide rapidly, that will be helped by the hormone cytokinin. Okay, so where the plant has to grow rapidly, suppose we talk about the growing buds, growing fruits, growing seeds. So at that time when the plant is having a very rapid cell division, that will be under the effect of cytokinin. We have another plant hormone, that is abscisic acid. Abscisic acid, why I have written separate from all the three, because all these three are growth supporters, they help in the growth of the plant, and abscisic acid is a growth inhibitor. Now it is going to stop the growth of the plant and it will help in wilting of leaves. Wilting of leaves means shedding of leaves. So when the leaves have to shed off, that will be helped by abscisic acid, and the growth of a plant will be stopped under the effect of abscisic acid. Okay, so that is all that is given in your book about the coordination and control in plants. One extra thing I need to share with you, I would like to share one more hormone that is there, that is ethylene. Ethylene is a gaseous hormone and it's so much there around us that we should know about this hormone. Ethylene is a gaseous hormone and that is responsible for ripening of fruits. Okay, ripening of fruits is done by a gaseous hormone that is there in the plants. It is prepared artificially also for artificial ripening of fruits. So sometimes the fruits are brought, unripe fruits are brought to some mandi or somewhere where there is wholesale stocking of those fruits, and once they are transported, after that we put some ethylene hormone, because that is a gaseous hormone that is available in packets, and we put that and close the containers, and that is a gaseous hormone, so it will spread and that will cause the ripening of fruits. Okay, so that is not given in the book, but as an extra knowledge I'm sharing it with you all. So that's all in this video. In the next video we'll see about the hormone regulation, that is the endocrine system, and about in human beings, and we'll see the functions of different glands in that video. Okay, till then, have a nice day.